the Fukushima quake and tsunami over 3 years ago. At 5:18 a.m. local time, the 6.0 magnitude quake struck the seabed near an island south of Tokyo. Though the trembler could be felt beyond the capital region, the most intense shaking reportedly occurred in central Tokyo. At least 17 people are reported to be injured, with no reports of major damage.
And we've seen a lot of sinkholes, but few of them happening in real time. This one swallowed a road in Russia. Watch as a big hole opens up right in the middle of traffic. It was 21 feet across. Luckily, no cars fell in. It's believed the ground gave way because of erosion after a storm.
And a powerful spring storm is causing a second day of weather chaos. The northern plains are seeing heavy rain and strong winds. This storm is also bringing tornadoes that have caused severe damage in Missouri and Nebraska.
15 tornadoes reported in this one state.
There's another one.
In just 3 hours Sunday night.
In addition to what you mentioned, the tornadoes and the strong wind, portions of the state have also battled record rainfall. In total, about 100 miles across the state have been affected by this weather.
And to the west in Colorado, Mother Nature delivering a Mother's Day whiteout. Up to a foot of snow in the Rockies.
The threat is now severe flooding, with more rain falling in parts of the state of Texas in the last day than they had seen all this year. And record heat is fueling fires once again in California.
This is the group power of floodwaters in Ohio, washing away a road outside Cleveland as 3 feet of water poured into this high school. In upstate New York, a state of emergency after creeks flooded the village of Gowanda.
Penn, which is located in Yates County, experienced sidewalks that were completely washed out, parking lots completely destroyed, even a building that collapsed.
Countless dead bunker continue to line the shores of Shark River. So far, the Neptune Township Public Works crew has collected and disposed of 5.5 tons of the dead fish.
Just a few feet away, they're dumping these fish by the wheelbarrow full into front-end loaders to be hauled away to a local landfill. Tons and tons of dead menhaden died in what the state DEP says was an unusual event of too many fish swimming into the shark, using all the oxygen.
An apocalyptic scene. 3 days on, and swathes of Southern California are still being gorged on by wildfires. Over 10,000 acres now burnt to ashes. Everything from the local Legoland to a nuclear power plant has had to be evacuated. Residents have been urged to flee as fast as possible.
Flames raging as thousands of firefighters work to beat them back. 6 of at least 9 wildfires still not under control in San Diego County.
Over 120,000 evacuation notices have been issued.
More than 25,000 acres charred, 1 person dead. An unusually early start to the fire season. So far, California firefighters are responding to almost 1,500 wildfires, nearly double that of an average year. Severe flooding has led to a state of emergency being declared in Austria, Serbia and Bosnia.
The flooding is affecting countries right across the Balkan region, with 3 months' worth of rain having fallen in just a few days.
Tens of thousands of people have been forced out of their homes after the worst floods in the Balkans since records began 120 years ago.
Landslides are bringing more misery to the Balkans, with homes collapsing after record rainfall that's left at least 45 people dead. The government in Bosnia says over 1 million people, or a quarter of the population, has been affected by flooding and landslides, comparing the destruction to that of the country's war in the 1990s.
Somewhere beneath these murky waters lurk nearly 120,000 mines, or more than 9,000 minefields. They've been unearthed by the more than 2,000 landslides.
Skywatchers in the south were treated to an unusual display Friday night. Watch as a meteoroid the size of a basketball streaks across the night sky, captured by a NASA camera. This kind of fireball is called an Earth grazer because it skims along the upper part of the Earth's atmosphere before burning up. It traveled about 290 miles.
What they call an oxygen.
40 feet.
And the mudslide is 4 miles long, 2 miles wide. In some places, it's 250 feet deep. So far, no homes are reported damaged.
What happens is the ground just gets extremely saturated from the rain, and because the slope is so steep, it can't hold the weight of the water within the soil, and that slope fails. And so that's where you get those landslides, unfortunately.
In North Dakota, a tornado hit last night with little warning.
Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know. Look at that, dude. I know, yeah. It's just sitting there.
That is an unbelievable view of a tornado curling through the red dirt of North Dakota.
Today, the National Weather Service determined this was a Category EF2 tornado with winds of 120 miles per hour. It was as wide as a football field is long. 9 people were injured.
That tornado, one of more than 140 severe weather reports from Texas to